What's up, everybody? It's me, Mario D, aka Dr. Real Finance, and I just thought I'd make a quick short video on a post I made earlier last week regarding the resurgence of the Welcome Home Grant. And for the sake of ease, I thought it'd make a lot more sense for me to make a quick video explaining the benefits and answer some of those commonly asked questions that I came across. So you're probably wondering, what is the Welcome Home Grant? Well, basically, the Welcome Home Grant is a local grant program offered by local mortgage banks that will help provide funds that will go towards the closing costs or down payment assistance of a property that you want to purchase. Now, we are already going to talk about Cincinnati, Ohio specifically, since I'm a real estate agent based in that area. But I do believe this program is an option across the entire nation. What I would suggest doing is maybe Google this Welcome Home Grant or down payment assistance programs for your state specifically. I will try to provide a short run document showcasing all the states that have this one, but I do believe it is available in every state. The stipulations may be different based off of like income guidelines and so on and so forth. In Cincinnati specifically, a lot of these banks that offer this particular grant program are part of the Federal Home Loan Bank of Cincinnati. They're the progenitor of the said program. They're the one that house the majority of the money, and they distribute this money to local banks that are part of their network. So what is the big bonus that comes with using this grant in particular? Well, the most important thing is you're offered up to $5,000 towards the closing costs of a particular home. Now, this money can be used towards down payment, it can be used towards the closing costs for title and such towards a home, and quite frankly, it's a flat $5,000. Now, if you are a disabled vet or honorably discharged, the offer they're willing to offer you is actually $7,500 for it. And like I said, any money that was left over towards this they basically just go towards the principal balance of the loan. The great thing about this program is that even if you already have a down payment set aside, you can still get this grant, as well as if the seller is actually paying your closing costs, you can still use this as well. Like I said, any extra money that isn't used towards paying down any closing costs will just basically be sent and added towards the principal balance left on the loan. What I really, really enjoy about this particular grant in particular is, unlike other grant programs, you can use this one in conjunction with another grant down payment assistance program. So for instance, this one gives you straight up cash towards that down payment, but a lot of the down payment assistance programs that you will come across will give you a set percentage. Like for instance, the Your Choice program that Cincinnati Housing Finance Authority offers gives you your choice. You can either choose a 2.5% down or 5% down payment assistance grant that is based off of what the purchase price of the home is. Like for instance, the house you're purchasing is like $150,000, right? That's 5% of that, it'll be $7,500. You would get $7,500 towards the closing costs for that home or for down payment assistance, on top of the $5,000 you would get if you were just using this other program as well. This is why I don't really push this one, but I really want it to get out there like, hey, this is a grant program you could offer, because in essence, you get access to a lot of money to help ease the costs when it comes to buying a home. So I know you're all wondering what's one of the main stipulations will be credit scores. Credit scores seem to be the thing that always seems to be the big kicker for everyone. So the thing about this grant program is that there isn't any actual credit score requirement to get access to this grant program. The thing is, you will need to be approved from a local bank to get access to this grant, right? So in that case, oftentimes your credit score will need to be somewhere around the 640, 650 plus mark. And if you have issues or wondering how to get there, then we can talk about that later. But as far as credit scores, you don't have to have set minimums. You just have to be able to qualify for a loan from a local bank. Some additional stipulations for getting this grant. First off, you need to put a little bit of your own money. Typically, it's at least about $500 for earnest money. As long as you're putting some money down, as long as it's at least $500, that is one of the main requirements for being access to this. Also, if you get access to this particular grant, you have to stay in the home for at least 5 years, because it's a prorated grant, right? So in the event that you were to sell the home anytime within the next 5 years at a profit, you would just have to prorate, then pay them back what you borrowed. Basically, it's $5,000, $1,000 per year. So if you sell it back in year 3, you owe them $2,000, which they would basically take out of your proceeds. Another stipulation is if this is your first time buying a home, you may have to go, more likely you will have to get a home buyer counseling program. A lot of times these are really quick classes you can take online. Your bank will give you more information on it if that is a stipulation for you, but that's only if you are a first time home buyer, which goes on to my next point that even if you're not a first-time home buyer, you still have access and ability to get access to the same grant program, which is why it's one of those super special, like, if you can get access to it, by all means, jump on this as soon as you can. And lastly, for this program, there are going to be set income limits based off of a family of 1 to 2 versus 3 plus. Those rates are going to fluctuate based on your county and state. Now, the important thing to remember is that this is a first-come, first-served grant program based on your location. In this case, the grant program opens up March 1st in Cincinnati. And if a lot of people worry, like, well, I don't have the credit score or the ability to get to this point right now, am I completely screwed from this program? Not necessarily. I say not necessarily because while you may not be able to qualify for it this year, you could hold off and get it next year. Also, if you are not in a position to take advantage of this program because of you have questionable credit or need help getting your budget together, I do offer a mortgage readiness boot camp, which is designed specifically to get you in a perfect position to get automatic approval from a home loan provider. If you have more questions about that, please hit me up below or send me a message and we can do a quick discovery call and see what we can do to get you into that program. But that being said, I want to keep this video short. Just want to provide as much information and value as possible. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to send me a DM and I will do my best to answer them as soon as possible. That being said, I'm about to get out of here and go get some work done. But other than that, talk to you later. Dr. Will Finance out. Peace.
Deuce did this shit.
1990.